Eng v. Quint 6, and Monica Gibbs, an employee of Lifeboat, will testify.
Okay, Gibbs.
Okay, can you get her on a, is she there that you could go get
She's
her?
right outside the door.
Okay, bring her in, please. Thank you. Ms. Gibbs, would you please raise your right hand?
Under penalty of perjury, do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in the matter now pending will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
For the record, please state your full name and spell your last name.
It's Monica Gibbs, Gibbs.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, Mr. Quint, do you have a question for Ms. Gibbs?
Yes, do you recall when I was getting paperwork to move into Mary's apartment?
Yes, that was back at the beginning of the year before we even had the big meeting, the big town hall meeting at the Liberty Theater. So January, February.
Okay, any other questions, Mr. Quint?
Do you recall that she was helping me file out paperwork?
I'm going to stop you there. So it's the same thing it is for her. I can't have somebody else just tell me what you told them. You told me that you were getting ready to move in with her. She's confirmed that she was aware of that. But asking her what you told her is asking for hearsay, what's called hearsay testimony. So now if it's something Ms. Eng told her, that's different because she's a party opponent. So
technically, Mary told me that she was filling out the paperwork to have them move in.
Okay.
Her apartment in her building, and then that didn't happen because their friendship or relationship, whatever, ended. So
okay.
that was.
Thank you. So you can ask her about what the petitioner told her, but just not what you told her. So go ahead. Any other questions, Mr. Quinn?
Did you witness any abusive relationship or anything that had happened the way when me and Mary were together?
No, I never seen any kind of abuse.
No further questions.
Okay. Ms. Eng, do you have any questions for this witness? And do them one at a time, please.
Yes, Monica Gibbs, thank you for being here today. Could you describe to me why a heterosexual male would presume he would have a implied heterosexual right of access to a woman's body to either
that's not an appropriate question. Next question.
Could you describe in more detail the events that you described, some knowledge regarding my consideration of Cory Quint as a possible non-sexual platonic housemate for humanitarian purposes? Was that a conversation you had?
That assumes facts, not in evidence, but you can tell me, do you want to tell me a little more about that conversation? What did Ms. Eng describe to you why she was wanting to have Mr. Quint move in, or her purposes for that?
So the conversation happened downstairs in Feeding Empty Bellies at the table. It was a lot of people. It was her, Cory, and myself sitting together in a little group, and we were talking about it. And the conversation was about the paperwork needing to be filled out and the money. And she told Cory not to worry about it. She would pay the money for the paperwork to go into the thing. And matter of fact, she brought it all with her that day. So I think
what she's getting at is that she keeps saying that there was no relationship, but that she was just for humanitarian purposes offering to house an unhoused person in Mr. Quint. Did she talk about that at all to you, or did it appear to you that they actually had a relationship?
The way she air quoted friends to me, my friend. That's the way she told me.
Okay. Any other questions, Ms. Eng?
Yes, Monica,
No, we use last names in court, but that's okay. Go ahead.
Gibbs, I apologize, Ms. Gibbs. Did you know that my motive to have a male roommate or protector or guardian was related to an instance of past abuse regarding
Not an appropriate question.
Okay. Let me see if I can rephrase it, Your Honor.
You can't, because what you're trying to get her to do is tell me what you thought.
Oh, okay.
And you can't do that. You told me what you thought. You told me what it was related to. She's not in your head. She can now tell me about what you said because the other side asked, and that's an exception to the hearsay rule. It's a statement of a party opponent. But,
Your Honor, may I ask a more general question? Have you engaged in humanitarian activities as a part of my moral and ethical character?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question.
have you observed her to engage in humanitarian activities as a part of her moral and ethical character?
She was trying to start the housing first thing around here, so other than that, no.
Any additional questions, Ms. Ng?
Thank you, Your Honor. Monica, did we have discussions about abusive males at Lifeboat? Do you recall any of those?
It doesn't matter, Ms. Ng. It's only about you and Mr. Quint here. Does she have any additional information about the allegations you have made against Mr. Quint? So stick to those questions, please.
Were you present on any of the instances in which Mr. Quint either put his hand around my throat or ripped off my clothes?
I was not there. I see nothing about that, and I know nothing about that.
Thank you. That's all, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Quint, any additional questions for this witness?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Gibbs. I appreciate you being here. Next witness, Mr. Quint.
Matt Williams.
Okay, Mr. Williams, you want to come on in? Have a seat. Raise your right hand. Thank you. Raise your right hand, please.
Under penalty of perjury, do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony about to give in the matter now pending will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
You can lower your hand. For the record, please state your full name and spell your last name.
Matthew James Williams. Last name is spelled Williams.
Thank you.
Any questions for this witness, Mr. Quint?
Yes, do you recall the time at the park when I was harassed by Mary and her friend?
I do. There was a gentleman named Opie in a electric wheelchair. I recall a few of us homeless people were sitting in the park. We often sit there at the Sturgeon Waves Park. And we were on the back side of the park where the closest to the American Legion, just sitting, chatting, minding our own business as we do, when I hear Mary and Opie on the other side of the park by the Legion, kind of like behind the trees there. And Opie, the guy in the wheelchair, wheeled into the back entrance of the park there where we all were and kind of started filming Cory, just screaming and filming, there he is, and just filming him. And we didn't even know that Mary or anyone was there. They just kind of showed up. And Mary said, stay away from me, Cory. Don't put your hands on me. Something along those lines. We were all like, where did you even come from? We didn't even really knew that she was there in any kind of way until she made her presence known. And she was talking with one of the people at the Legion about the whole situation. Oh, he's done this and that, and like I said, the Opie guys like pulls his camera out and starts filming, yelling at Cory, and we were all kind of confused as to why like what's going on. It was kind of like a confusion moment. They're yelling and screaming about that, and kind of just was an odd moment where Cory just sat down, and then eventually they left. There was really no incident from it. It was just an odd kind of like, hey, I'm here, and you know, Cory didn't even say anything. That was pretty much it. They ended up leaving, and we were all kind of confused.
Thank you. Any other questions for this witness, Mr. Quint? I can't hear you if you're
I
talking.
don't have any further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Ng, any questions about what he testified to?
Your Honor, thank you. I believe I understand. Mr. Williams, do you recall